Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Masud. I'm just on my way to the co-working space which I use to just generally do my work and get outside the house. So I wanted to make this video just to focus more on how I usually find new investment areas, how I do the research on those areas using Rightmove. I'll talk you guys through like my thought process and generally the kind of things that I consider when I am browsing online. I'm trying to sort of learn more about a particular area. Alright guys, so I just got off the bus. It took me about 30-40 minutes. I am getting more and more conscious of the fact that those 30-40 minutes do add up, and a return journey adds up to about 1 hour 10 minutes of my day I've spent traveling and not actually working. I'm not a workaholic or anything like that, but you know, I am conscious now more and more of how much time is being spent on actual work that's going to get me somewhere and results, rather than thinking of the passive things which I've been doing and not actually going to result in anything, like traveling. So that time I spent on the bus, it's not actually nothing is actually going on, but it's 1 hour of my day that I've been spent sitting down. I don't know, I just wanted to share that because I think it's really important to be crystal clear on what you want and the actions which are going to take you to that place, the specific actions, and traveling isn't one of them. Well, traveling to your destination isn't one of them. Alright guys, so I just forgot my fob and now I need to wait for someone to actually come and open the door for me. Okay, so we finally managed to make it in. I'm just going to get set up now and then we'll get started. Whilst I was on the bus, I actually took a lot of sort of pan shots of a few developments that I saw going on. It's interesting to see, I think, once you put your mind on something, how you spot opportunities more often. In the past 2 years, I think, since I've like immersed myself in like property education and just understanding how to invest in property and what are the things I'm looking for, I've started to spot a lot more opportunities in terms of investment, land, development, generally everything that I come across nowadays. I'm very analytical about how I could possibly invest in it and how it could possibly work. Like when I was on the bus, those developments I saw, I knew what was going on, I understood it, and it felt really, really cool. For example, the first one I showed you guys, which you will see again now, there is a use of permitted development which has been newly changed by the government to be able to add 2 new floors of living space on top of an existing building. That was the first thing that I noticed straight away whilst I was on the bus. I'm not sure if you can actually see it through the shot that I got, but yeah, it's just really, really cool to see and understand the changes that are going on in your local area, like the high street and generally outside. And I'm getting to a stage now where my understanding of investment in general is becoming more and more skilled. So, coming back to the point of the video, how to actually research a new investment area. Now, the reason I was actually looking to do this myself is because, well, I have just invested in Liverpool. However, Liverpool is like a very competitive market now, I think, and will continue to be in the future, as a lot of people generally look to Liverpool because of the opportunity that it presents in terms of yield and potential for like capital growth. The entry barrier is quite low, but I think that will change in the next few years. but generally it's a lot harder to actually get a good deal, because estate agents generally don't want to sell to you because they don't need to, and they have 100 other investors who are ready to go. So making yourself stand out as an investor in Liverpool is a bit difficult. So for that reason, I've started to look at other areas. One area in particular that comes to mind for me is Coventry. It's a bit lower down, it's in the Midlands, so less of a travel time from London to Coventry. And what I've been doing on Rightmove, I'll just take you through it now. The first thing that I usually do is I'll just go into Google and I'll type Rightmove. Once I'm in Rightmove, I'll just input the location that I'm looking at. Then I'll just adjust the settings to fit my investment strategy. When I mean investment strategy, so your strategy might be, I don't know, depending on what your goal is. My goal is to just build up a buy-to-let portfolio. So I'd generally look at houses which have potential for a long-term rental basis. So I'm looking at families, ideally. So 3 beds are probably the perfect kind of houses that I'm after. So I just adjust the settings and I'll just look at the properties. And then what I'll do is I might change up the type of property. So I'll take out detached, I'll take out semi-detached. I'll only look at terraced because it's a bit cheaper. And so what I'll do then is I'll just put it on the highest price. I'll leave that as it is. And I'll just scroll down, and what I'll do first is I'll just look at the highest price house. It's a 3-bedroom. Okay, that's a townhouse, so that's not a good example. If I go to the 3-bedroom, let's see, 3-bedroom end of terrace house for sale. Let's look at this. Mickleton Road, Earlston, Coventry. So if I can open the map, it would tell me a little bit more about why that house is priced so much. So I can see this particular place, Earlston, is quite close to the center of the city. And it's close to the train station. I'd imagine it's probably close to good schools as well. Let's see, schools. So good, no rating, okay. Yep, once I know that, I'll just generally continue to look at houses, and then I'll look at how the price changes depending on where the location of the actual property is. Once I know what location means what, I'll generally just look at all of the houses. The next thing I'll do is I'll look at the rental aspect of it. So what I'll do is I'll go onto Rightmove again. And then this time I'll do Coventry, same location to rent, because I want to know what kind of rent I can actually find or I can get for a 3-bedroom house, 3-bedroom terraced house in Coventry. And then I'll literally look at the difference between the rents, and that will tell me a lot. So if I just scroll down, you can see this one's at 675. You can kind of tell, okay, it's a poor quality house. And then if I just continue going, this one's at 900, 850, 800, 800, 795, 825, 775. Okay, so generally I'd expect a 3-bedroom terraced house in a average spec condition to be renting out for about minimum £800. Once I know that, I'll usually just call up a letting agent and I'll speak to them. So if we were to do that literally right now, what I'll do is I will call a letting agent and let's just see what they say.
Disconnecting you. This call may be recorded for quality and training purposes.
Hi, I'm just going to pass you through to my colleague. She is the lister of the branch. She'll be able to give you all the relevant information.
Okay, that's fine.
Alright, perfect.
Thank you. Hello Rebecca, my name is Masud. I'm a landlord and I just wanted to know a little bit more about how much rent I could possibly get for a 3-bedroom terrace house, average spec in Willenhall.
Okay, have you actually seen the property or do you own it at the minute? Just so if you know the address, that's all. I was going to have a...
Yeah, I haven't actually bought the house yet. I'm just literally, I just wanted to understand the local market a little bit more.
Yeah, of course. Let me just have a... What road is it on? Do you know? Just so I can have a quick look at...
To be honest, there's no actual house. I just wanted to know Willenhall in particular.
Okay,
yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, typically, they tend to go for anywhere between 750, 775. That's for your standard sort of 3-bed.
Yeah. And is it mainly around like the Willenhall area? What kind of tenants are usually around that area? Is it like families or is it?
Yeah, so it's families, working professionals. So you don't tend to get students. It's way too far out for students and things like that. It's quite a good location in the fact that it's near to the industrial estate. It's like Baggington. No problem.
Cheers, Rebecca. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye. So that was my conversation with the letting agent. Generally, once I've like browsed Rightmove and I've looked at houses, I kind of have an idea of location and rent and spec of the particular house I'm going for, how much it would actually go for in terms of rent. The letting agent is the best probably person to speak to in terms, or just an estate agent as well if you're looking for sales, but a letting agent if you're looking to rent out the house, they'll tell you a little bit more about the actual location, the tenant profiles, the real rents that you could possibly achieve. So in that conversation, I asked the letting agent about the generally what would a 3-bed rent for, and she said to me 750 to 775, which was a little bit right in terms of my guess. I said normal average spec 3-bed would be about 800, so I was kind of right, but generally it helps to speak to as many agents as you can because they'll give you a more on the ground view of what's going on. The next step after doing like desktop research and speaking to agents is actually just paying a visit to the area and getting a feel for what it's actually like, because nothing beats first-hand experience. But of course, that's only if you're actually ready to invest. So all of this research is great, but if you're not ready to take action and actually buy a house, then it's, I wouldn't say pointless, but you can kind of do this like for hours and hours and hours, but you're not really going to achieve anything. So I think it's important to really just research the area as much as you need to, but don't overdo it. Like you don't have to spend every single day or week looking at houses on Rightmove. The best way is to actually go and do a viewing or do viewings. That's what I've learned anyway. You don't really learn that much just by looking at online resources. So yeah, that's how I usually research areas. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you're looking to possibly do the same thing, maybe reach out, and if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, and of course subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one, so have a good day. Cheers.